Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series Gamestop exclusive gaming greats, The Force Unleashed Imperial Senate Guard. Let's get into it. Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. Here we have a handy dandy hook, some tape, a window to let some light in from the top. On the front, Star Wars The Black Series. Nice big window showcasing the figure and accessories. Gaming greats, because games are great. Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and that was a great game. Imperial Senate Guard. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. 4 and up. Hasbro print on the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, just a stripe, continuing around from the front. Goes to the back, Star Wars The Black Series, gaming greats, and that's a sticker, I think. No. It's not. That's tape I'm feeling. On this side, nice artwork of the Imperial Senate Guard from The Force Unleashed. On the back, Star Wars The Black Series. Nice artwork of the Imperial Senate Guard. Star Wars Force Unleashed. Again, a great game. Imperial Senate Guard. Star Wars The Force Unleashed follows Darth Vader's secret apprentice, trained to hunt down and destroy Jedi, while Imperial Senate Guards impose the will of the Emperor on the galaxy. And there it is in some other language that I don't read. He's number 8 in the gaming greats. Star Wars Force Unleashed. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole. Warning! Attention! Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that don't belong there. Don't give it to the babies. Includes figure and accessory. Made in China. Disney print. Hasbro print. Small fine legalese print. And an embossed number in there. Well, a stamped number. Not embossed. Durr. That, my friends, completes our look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers and accessories first up. And here we have the Biker Scout Blaster, or Holdout Blaster, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the model and make of it is anymore. At one time I used to be full of that kind of useless knowledge, but I don't remember that stuff anymore. So, but it's nothing new. Same one that's been coming with Biker Scouts for ever. Here is the lightsaber blade, and as you can see, it has that standard peg with the little ring on it at the end. Here's his staff, or light staff, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. But it's got a port here in the end for the blade, and nice molded details in there, all molded in color. And as far as the blade and the staff go, you just have to carefully get it in there, because it's very small and might be prone to snapping off. There we go. It's all in there. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. And as you can see, this guy, I think, is 100% reuse of the Emperor's Royal Guard, which I can't really say that definitively because I do not have one, but it does appear to be that way. And I think this is a paint amp, the visor, and then most everything appears to be molded in color. This, I think, is the paint as opposed to the black. I think it's molded in black, and then this is paint. This, I don't know if this is painted or not. As well as all the colors match up, it's probably all paint, because there's no disparity in between it. Paint there and there, and then here on the leg armor and the shin guards and knee guards, knee pads. Lots of wrinkle molded detail in the suit. Let's talk about his articulation. He doesn't look up. His head will tilt forward slightly. He's got a little chicken neck going on there. And his head will turn slightly in either direction, but no full exorcist. At the shoulder, the arm comes out to slightly below 90 degrees. It does have a full 360 degree rotation. Nothing in the upper bicep. Hinge and swivel at the elbow. Does swivel around a full 360 degrees. And the elbow will give you approximately a 90 degree bend. 360 degree rotation at the wrist on an up and down hinge, and up and down hinge on the other side as well. A cut here in the abdomen where the upper and lower meet. Gives you all kinds of hula going on there. You can lean to that side, you can lean to that side. Crunches forward that far and bends backwards that far. So that's pretty good range there. At the hips, he can give you that much of the splits. Kick forward approximately 90 degrees, and he can take a step back. Cut here at the upper thigh for a full 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned knee, which coupled with this thigh cut is how you know this is an older Black Series mold, because they don't do it that way anymore. Knee gives you approximately that much bend. At the ankle, tilt down that far, tilt up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as this little itty bitty gun goes, this hand is the only hand that will hold it. And you have to work at it just a bit to get it in there, but there it goes. He also does have a holster for it right here, and if you just set it in there, it kind of stays, but I'd like to give it a nice mash down in there. And then as far as his, I guess, pike goes, you work at it a little bit too, you might get it in his hand. But there's his fighting stance. I'm sure he probably can hold it like the normal Royal Guard holds his spear, kind of like, well, maybe not. Oh, there we go. That's kind of right. So there we go, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Force Unleashed Imperial Senate Guard with a couple of other gaming greats Force Unleashed figures. The Imperial Shadow Trooper and the Imperial Stormtrooper Commander. Here's the Imperial Senate Guard with the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and to see how he compares up with other lines from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. For our final set of comparisons, here's the Imperial Senate Guard with Cobra Commander from the G.I. Joe Classified series, and of course it is the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant of Coco. And for a 7-inch comparison from McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line, 3 Jokers, the Joker, the Clown. For final thoughts on the Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats, The Force Unleashed Imperial Senate Guard, I have to say this is a pretty cool variation on the other guards that I've seen, Royal Guard, and you know, all the variations therein. So this is a pretty cool looking one, in my opinion. Force Unleashed is probably, between Force Unleashed and Force Unleashed 2, is probably the greatest, or at least one of my favorite Star Wars games in recent memory that I've played. It was really enjoyable for the most part, except for bringing down that Star Destroyer. That was kind of a pain in the butt. But that aside, I do remember this guy from the game. I do remember fighting him. You know, I know that the Gaming Greats line is mostly just repaints and reuse as far as they can get it. But I really, really hope that they do a Star Killer figure for this line. And that would really be cool. In my opinion, your mileage, of course, may vary. You may hate Star Killer. But nonetheless, this is a pretty cool guy. I probably would not have picked this up if I had not found it on clearance at GameStop. It was on clearance, not marked down much, but you do get an additional 50% off as of this recording. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both. That is even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.